Now, as I understand it, we haven't seen you in in-ring action too much as of late as a result of an injury you suffered a couple of weeks back at a Thunder taping. How's the knee healing?
It's coming along real good. Probably be cleared to wrestle in about 2 or 3 more weeks, probably by the Australia tour we're going to do in a couple weeks. And it's healing up nice. I've been out about 6 weeks now.
You going to be working the pay-per-view this weekend?
No. I don't know exactly what we're doing for the pay-per-view, but if there's any involvement with the Natural Born Thrillers, I'm sure I'll be involved because that's part of my group right now.
Okay.
But, as far as the knee injury, it's coming along good. I've been, rehabbing it 3-4 times a week and just getting back into the gym slowly but surely with my leg workouts. I've kept my upper body going, but, you got to take it slow when you have an injury. Like, it was a second grade MCL tear is what it was.
Oh, boy.
So, but it's fortunately I didn't need surgery and it didn't tear all the way through, so
that's all right.
I'm fortunate for that.
Now, we all know your roots in the wrestling business with your father, Stan the Man Stasiak, having won the WWF heavyweight title at one time.
Correct.
Was it always a goal of yours to follow in your dad's footsteps while growing up?
Yeah, I went a different route. I went to college and I wrestled through high school and college.
Okay.
On a wrestling scholarship. And, it was in the back of my mind. I think my dad felt skeptical about me getting involved with the business because of the different hardships of it. He wanted what was best for me.
Okay.
And I've always been supportive for, with what I wanted to do, as long as, I would go and get an education, get a degree, something to fall back on. And so that's what I did. And right before I left to go to the WWF to be trained, he had passed away. But he knew before he passed away that, that was my aspirations of doing and following, in his footsteps. It's in my blood, so to speak. It's kind of a blood lineage thing. I think I'm just kind of born into this. Okay. But I do enjoy it, and I can't see myself doing anything else right for at least the next 6-7 years.
Okay. Now, you mentioned you used to work with the WWF.
Mm-hmm.
That wasn't all too long ago. Now, before being let go to ultimately end up where you currently are with WCW, can you maybe take us back to that point in time near the end of your stay with the WWF? Tell us exactly what went down.
Why they let me go?
Yes.
Simply think the reality is, make a long story short, first and foremost, I meant no harm by what I did.
Okay.
I had no ulterior motive. I wasn't taping people's conversations like everyone had heard and how the rumors spread. In this business, you got to only believe about half of what you hear.
Okay.
It's just a known fact in this business, in this industry especially. I was just, playing a joke on a couple guys with a tape recorder in a car that I was going to play back for them.
Who were you in the car with?
I'd rather not mention.
Okay, no problem.
Really doesn't make any difference. But the point is, I was playing just a practical joke. No harm. Right-handed God. Absolutely no harm whatsoever. And they got to my bag and to my tape before I could explain myself. And it made me look like a real asshole, basically. So, then there was particularly one person that continued getting in Vince McMahon's ear, I believe, is from what I hear from my lawyer, who is pretty inquisitive and knowledgeable about it. He knows a lot, so he tells me what's going on behind the scenes and who says what and what's, I learned a lot from him.
So from the sound of things, there is somebody specifically that you blame for you being fired from the WWF?
Yes, and I don't hold any grudges, or I believe to an extent, what comes around goes around, and you don't see this person in action much. In fact, he's having his own personal problems, and I think that any businessman such as Vince McMahon could look at the overall picture and say that they lost out on me and listen to him because he's the one I had a personal problem with. He was one of the guys that I'd played a joke on, the guy that, and so I think it was more of an issue of jealousy on his part. I think envy, he's not half the wrestler he used to be, and I think that because of that, I think that there was a little bit of any reason he could jump on a case, he did, and that's what happened. And I got released because of that. And it's pretty sad because, I believe it's my time, it's my generation. This is a long life dream for me, and I'm sacrificing my entire life to not just do this and receive a paycheck, but it's important for me. It's a tradition, is what it's called, and it's pride in your heart that I have. That as soon as I get the opportunity to show my skills, as I keep developing little by little, I believe that I'm going to be an asset to any company, whether it's WWF or WCW. And that's just something. I want to be on a winning team, and I want to be a team player and contribute to winning. And right now, as you know, our company has been in a lot of transitional states, trying to get out of the hole, trying to do the right things to get to where we need to be. And I want to be, and however long it takes, be one of the contributors, one of the main contributors, why the show will, advance itself and increase, and the ratings will go up, and market value will skyrocket again.
Your popularity in the wrestling world has certainly grown since joining up with WCW. You've worked a program with Mr. Perfect and even held tag team gold with Chuck Palumbo. Over the last couple of weeks, we've seen you form a faction of sorts with Palumbo, Mike Saunders, Jindrak, and O'Hare, the natural-born thrillers, like you said. What's it like working with those guys?
They're young, they're new, they're green. I'm green, I'm still learning. I'm a little more experienced than they are. I think my little visit with the WWF definitely contributed to me feeling a little bit more comfortable, and I think that definitely helped me. I don't mind it, and I think we're getting great exposure. And I think especially for me, because I was hurt, it was I'm thankful for Russo putting me in a position of a group that I could at least keep my face on TV, and I've been able to work around my injury, which has been, I think, still productive in the sense that I've contributed to this newfound natural-born thriller group. But I'm ready to break away on my own, and I've come to that level. I'm honest with myself. Like if you would ask me, are you ready to break on your own and really do something? If the office was to give you a push now, would you be ready? If you asked me that last year when I was meat in the WWF, I'd tell you no, I wasn't. Now I am, because the experience level has changed. I've had, like you said, winning the belts was a good experience. Being on every house show, being on every TV show, working a program with Kurt Hennig, Mr. Perfect, a guy who I respected all the years growing up, watching him, one of my favorite wrestlers, and for me to come in and get clean wins on him at a pay-per-view, and his own move was like, wow. That was like, I never would have thought that if you would have asked me, 15 years ago. But I guess what I'm saying is, yeah, I'm like I said, I'm a team player, and I'm happy to be part of this natural-born thriller in the respects of being able to contribute to Russo's ideas. But I also have an idea of my own, and I think that once it's presented to him, new character that I won't really express right now, but it's something I have in mind that's going to be kind of innovated. I think it's going to be an attraction. I think people are going to like to see me.
So we're going to have to wait and find out.
Yeah, it's going to be something a little bit harder edged and not so much being a pretty boy, Mr. Pompous type guy. Maybe more of just an exaggeration of my life experiences being around in this business. And that's how you put your passion into an act, is to really dig down deep in your soul. What, for me, I paid a lot of life dues in this business when my dad was in it, when we used to have territories, all the traveling, all the being yanked in out of school districts, always never growing up in one place, and all the hardships of being involved with a professional wrestling lifestyle. I believe I paid my dues, and now I've learned the mechanics, and now it's just a matter of time. They give me the opportunity and work with guys like Booker and Jarrett, Sting, some of the top guys, the more vet. That's how I'm going to up my level. When I work with Kurt, that helped me. When I work with Booker, that helped my level. Mm-hmm. When Chuck and I won the tag team belts, I don't know if it really advanced my level, but I think it definitely advanced my popularity and credibility as far as holding the belt.
Okay.
I don't know if that makes sense, but what's more important for me right now is to get myself to a level so that in 2 years from now, when the company's ready to pass the torch and give someone the ball, they can turn to Shawn Stasiak and say, we have total confidence in this guy.